Just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yo. Alert 3.
Pilot, 64, weak.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Ready.
On 2nd down now, it's Carter, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll run on first down. It's Carr, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 17, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
70, Indy.
First and goal.
Get that quarterback, get that quarterback.
They go play action here on first down. They'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
Ready. Watch Mike. All day, just like that.
King now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
King from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist. Because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On first down, Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Here's King throwing on first down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. King. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Down. 18 Gator. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, zoom.
Throwing Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a give, right side. Carr. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He's crashing.
On 2nd down, it's Carr. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
58, right there.
Check pass. Check pass.
25, check 25. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 4-yard.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, Sam off. Back. Get it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
To throw is King. On 3rd down. It's caught by Davis. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, King completes it to Davis. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change of quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Now Jones, eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Now King on 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. King now from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw. King. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Back to throw. King. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. On first down, Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. King operating from the gun. open man. Right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
First down, Raiders.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's Jacobs. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
That's it, buddy. You got work. At their own 23-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Now.
They'll run on first down. Carter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go, D tight.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Drop deep, drop deep.
Deep river, deep river.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Hey, echo.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Yeah.
Ready, ready.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, wahoo. Get it.
Here's Jones. Throwing again. Finds his tight end, Ingram.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
21 yards there on 3rd down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Jones now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way he did it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. Go.
Jones going to throw again. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Jones now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Carter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you that they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Ready? Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Come on, D! 5.
On first down, it's Carr. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. They'll keep it on the ground. Carr. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Jones now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And they're going to face a third down. The Giants on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's King. Throwing on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Flushed out right. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And no move to get the offense on.